Okay, so I'm putting it in the record. So starting with the scaling technique, as you can see on the screen, there are two largely scaling technique. First is comparative scaling and other is non-comparative scaling. Now, as name is indicating, comparative scaling means when we are comparing between the alternatives, and non-comparative is something when we there is nothing related to comparing, but we are giving our view. So definition wise, comparative scaling is the scale. First of all, it is ordinal scale because we are giving just the preference. Till now, you understand what is ordinal scale. When we are preferring one over the other, but the distance is not necessarily the same. I may like Coke more than Pepsi, and what you will say, or Mountain Dew at the third ranking, but it's not necessary that the number of time I like Coke more than Pepsi, the similar would be the same case with the between the Mountain Dew and Pepsi. It's not that. So there is no as such distance equality between three or more than these three options. But yes, there is certain kind of preference. I like it more and I like it less, but how much is not equitable in every case, as we discussed in the last class. Within this comparative, the first scale is paired comparison scale. Now in paired comparison scale, as you can read, that the respondent is presented with the two objects at a time. Simultaneously, he has to give the preference about two, rather than giving more than two option, five option, six option, or three option. We give him just two option at a time, and we ask him what to prefer from between these two things. And then giving these different couples or giving this pair options, we count how much time he has given preference to X, and then we find out, okay, this is the thing, or this is the phenomena he's preferring. For example, I ask him, he compare between, if you can see in the screen, compare between cola to orange, and he prefer let's say orange. Okay, so you can tell him that you have to give the preference row wise or column wise, right? So because we are counting here row wise, so that means we are giving the preference of row wise, right? So you can see here 2, 1 and 0. So that means I have asked him to write the preference row wise. So you can clear it in your instruction that you have to write preference in the case of preference as per row wise or column wise. Nothing is wrong, but it's your choice. Okay, then between cola and orange, he's saying orange. Between cola and lemon, he's saying no, lemon is not preferred. That means cola is preferred. So he will write lemon is 0. So you have to do that. So you can see that between just give me one second. Yeah, so that means he is not preferring lemon, so he is writing 0, right? Between cola and orange, he is preferring orange, so he is written 1. Definitely doesn't make sense that between cola and cola he will give any preference, so nothing will come here. Similar in orange and cola, he is preferring cola, maybe second option. Okay, it makes little weird, but it is there that between orange and cola now he's preferring 1, between orange and cola he's preferring orange. So it's like that, and you have to just give me one second. Hanji. So this is the way we find out preference. Second is constant sum scaling. In constant sum scaling, respondents are asked to allocate the constant sum unit among a set of object. So एक आपको number देना है, एक constant sum देना है. For example, drink 1, drink 2 and drink 3. on the basis of flavor you ask them to give some number, और total 100 होना चाहिए, या आप जो भी 500 ले या 10 ले. On the basis of sweetness it should be different numbering, and then you see कि which one is preferred over which unit. आप देखेंगे total 100 आ रहा है हर तरीके से, पर आपको ये पता चल जाएगा in this thing कि on the basis of what is there, right? Third is in rank or order scaling, respondents are presented with several objects simultaneously. Now in paired rank, two things were shown them simultaneously, while in rank order, all the things are presented to them simultaneously, and they give the number preference अपने आप देते हैं normally. जैसे हमसे पूछा जाए 5 hero heroines के नाम दिए जाए, and when they ask us कि which one is your favorite hero, or which one is your favorite heroine, or which one is your favorite star, which one is your favorite movie in the order of preference, so you have to tell them that whatsoever you like most, you have to provide them rank 1, and subsequently rank will be given. So you have to tell to the respondent. So maybe for drink one respondent is filling the drink one, I like the flavor list, but the fizz is most I like for the drink one. Similarly, for drink two, the respondent may like the sweetness most, right? But he didn't prefer the flavor and fizz of the second drink. So the you can do that way. Third, next is Q-sort. Within comparative, it is Q-sort. Now you can see that in all these type of scaling, we are comparing between the alternatives. So for Q-sorting scaling, respondents are asked to sort a given number of objects and classify them into a predetermined number of sets according to some criterion such as preference, right? Then non-comparative scaling क्या होता है? जब हम दो चीजों को compare नहीं कर रहे हैं, we are just asking the perception of the person, and person who is there, the respondent. So in non-comparative scaling, objects are measured independently. No comparison of object is required. The first one is continuous rating scale. For continuous, continuum होता है ना, जिसमें दो extreme end बता दिए जाते हैं 0 and 100, और उसके बीच में आपसे पूछ लिए जाते हैं कि आप कहाँ पर फिक्स होंगे. Rather than you give a number कि 5 चाहिए, 4 चाहिए, 3 चाहिए, you give a continuum starting from 0 to 100, and then you provide the respondent liberty to choose. For example, this is an example. You gave two options, very satisfied and very satisfied to very unsatisfied, and he doesn't know ki either I will give him 70 marks or 7 marks. That means is it 0 or 10, or it is 0 or 100 or 0 to 500. He doesn't know anything in this particular thing, so he can mark. So if somebody is marking here, so I will say that he is mostly unsatisfied. If that person marks something here, I will think okay, he is towards satisfaction. If he marks something here, so it is a midpoint, so he is neutral about the feeling, right? Here you can give some numbering. So 50 definitely is the neutral thing. Anything below 50 is towards very satisfied. Anything above is very unsatisfied. And moreover, whenever you are designing a questionnaire, it's not necessary that very unsatisfied will be having maximum marks and satisfied will be having 0 marks. It's not that, it's your wish. Whenever you are going to design the questionnaire for yourself, it's totally your wish. Then third option is like this. So you're not telling exactly at what point somewhat satisfied is this to the respondent, but right? Maybe you have done that kind of coding that between 10 to 30, if somebody say that I'll mark it between somewhat satisfied. If somebody marks here, I will count it very satisfied, irrespective of someone put it here or here. Or if someone put it here or here, for me, he is very unsatisfied, but it is somewhat unsatisfied, and this is neutral. So it's all, the researcher's judgment, or just researcher's prerogative, how to, take the things forward. Next is itemized rating scale. Now, itemized rating scale are the numbers or description associated with each category. So respondent required to select द कैटेगरीज बेस्ट सूटिंग। तो इसमें आइटमाइज्ड में 3 तरह के फर्दर स्केल होते हैं। द फर्स्ट इज लाइकर्ट स्केल, द सेकंड इज सिमेंटिक डिफरेंशियल स्केल, एंड थर्ड इज स्टेपल स्केल। बिटवीन लाइकर्ट स्केल इज एन ऑर्डर्ड स्केल। देखिए अगर इंडिविजुअल स्टेटमेंट पूछते हैं तो लाइकर्ट इज ऑल्सो ऑर्डर्ड, बट आई टोल्ड यू इन लास्ट क्लास दैट लाइकर्ट कम्स अंडर मेट्रिक स्केल। सो व्हाई इट इज सो? बिकॉज लाइकर्ट स्केल तब आपका स्केल बनता है जब हम इसको सबमिशन कर देते हैं। बिकॉज लाइकर्ट स्केल में हम एक ही क्वेश्चन को 3-4 तरीके से अलग अलग तरीके से पूछते हैं, एंड देन वी सबमिट, तब फिर वो नंबर बन जाता है। If you remember, if you have filled that questionnaire impulse buying wala, you might find that many statements are coming again and again with almost similar kind of nature, was there of those statements. That means you were thinking ki abhi to ma'am ne pucha, then again she is asking the same question but in a different way. So the Likert scale is that kind of scale where we try to capture one phenomena by asking different question. For example, I ask you about the मूवी, एक्स मूवी, कोई भी एक मूवी आई, कोई भी एक वेब सीरीज की हम बात लगा ले. सो इफ आई आस्क यू दैट क्वेश्चन, हाउ डिड यू फाइंड दैट वेब सीरीज, वेदर इट वाज गुड और बैड? नाउ somebody will ask, good, it was good, but in what respect? Whether you like the concept, whether you like the acting, whether you like the picturization, whether you like the way they introduce the suspense in the movie or the ending. So there could be different parameters to that, right? So I may ask, okay, acting अच्छा था, इसका star cast अच्छा था. So I will try to make certain statements related to one aspect. For example, मैं acting से related एक पूछ सकती हूँ, मैं ambient उसकी setting से related एक पूछ सकती हूँ, concept से related 3-4 question पूछ सकती हूँ. For example, whether concept was new, whether concept was fresh, did you like the concept, whether concept was engaging. तो ये कंसेप्ट से रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन हो गए. सिमिलरली एक्टिंग से रिलेटेड पूछ सकती हूँ, डिड यू लाइक द एक्टिंग, डिड यू लाइक द स्पॉन्टेनिटी इन द एक्टिंग, कुछ भी इस तरीके का. फिर मैं डायरेक्शन से रिलेटेड पूछ सकती हूँ. सो जब इन सब चीजों का आंसर मुझे नजर आ रहा होगा, देन आई विल फाइंड आउट कि कहाँ पर लोगों को पसंद है. जस्ट गिव मी 1 सेकेंड. आई डोंट नो, सारे फोन इसी वक्त आ रहे हैं. Okay, so this is the first scale. I was talking about Likert scale. This is the what you will say, an example of Likert scale, where you can read the first question. I like to receive salary bonus on a quarterly basis. I like to receive salary bonus on an annual basis. If you now, this is the beauty of Likert. We are trying to assess one thing, that when a person likes to get the bonus, right? But we are asking this question in 2 ways. So definitely, if someone is saying that I agree to get it on a quarterly basis, then definitely he should not put here agree. Are you getting it? because it will give any or matlab, it will it will reduce the reliability of the questionnaire, because either a person get would like to have it on quarterly basis, or or he will be neutral or disagree for the annual basis. How these two, for these both two statement he can be agree or totally agree. So if the people fill these kind of responses, your response will get spoiled in that situation, right? Then semantic differential scale. In semantic differential scale, here we give them 5 and 7 item rating scale. Or rating scale may we put a bipolar adjective, like you have seen earlier, satisfied and dissatisfied, good, best, or worst, right? Like you can see, very powerful to very weak, reliable to unreliable. So we give two extremes, and respondent is free to tick anything. We are not telling in between. So we just it's a little close to quantum, but in quantum there are no fixed points, but here you have 5-6 fixed points. In quantum there are n number of points, you can enter anywhere, right? But here you have just 5 points, but we have named only 2 points. The extreme corners we have named, but in between we have not named. So this is the difference between a continuum and this particular semantic differential scale. Last in this is the staple scale. Now staple scale is also a kind of semantic, but the thing is that here we give only one sentiment or one emotion, and we give the negative number of that and a positive number of that, like this. We give only one sentiment, powerful, reliable, or organized, and we number them plus to minus. So if someone is not feeling powerful to anything, then he can choose minus, and if he is feeling something positive to that, we can give that plus. So these are some kind of scales which anybody can use in the study. Having said that, we generally use between these all scales maximum time the Likert scale, right? Because whenever we talk about perception, देखिए क्वेश्चनर्स में हम दो तरह की इंफॉर्मेशन पूछते हैं, या तो हम इंफॉर्मेशन पूछ रहे हैं या हम परसेप्शंस पूछते हैं. Now information is that what is your income? Okay, so this is information. Job, whatever income one has, he cannot say ki that would be amount. So that is called ratio scale or a information question. Second होता है आपका perception. Do you like it more or less? ये perception है, right? Or I can ask, do you think that you are paid less? No, this is a perception. So अगर मैं इस तरह के question पूछती हूँ, now these type of question will be covered under the Likert scale only, right? So that's why this is the most preferred and well utilized scale in the research. So whenever and you have also noticed in the questionnaire, and that's why I sent you that questionnaire, because you can now relate to that why we ask these kind of questions, right? So this is all for for the scaling. So if you have any question in any type of scale, you can ask, because uske baad tomorrow I know I don't have class, but I would like to take one if you are free, and so that I can